Joined here by Kevin Luke at the Cleveland Extravaganza. And Kevin, you got a big win to start off your weekend here for the ADO Nationals. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I originally had no plans on playing just because it's a few different complications. Then someone's like, no, you're playing. So good thing I jumped in and ended up pulling out the third place out of the top four. So back to Budapest. No scooters this time.
Yeah, what's it like, be out there in Budapest? Can you talk a little bit, other than the scooter part from last year, what that experience is like playing out there and what you're looking forward to as far as going back?
You know, Budapest last year was absolutely amazing. It was a beautiful place. Playing all those different international players was a different level. And I had a good run on a couple of them. And I played Dustin Holt first round of the seeded event. It was like really halfway across the world and we play each other. So I'm looking forward to a better finish this time.
Yeah, and talk to us a little bit here. The Cleveland Extravaganza has been a lot of fun. It's been a very well-run tournament. Otherwise, from winning that event, how's your experience been playing with partners like Tamara and all these other great players?
No, it's always fun. I expected a better turnout this weekend, but it's always been a good time. I'm playing with Tammy. I'm playing with Bearded Dart Guy. It's been nothing but fun all weekend.
And that's great to hear here. And so we already know that you're going back to Budapest, but what's next for Kevin Luke and his darting journey this year?
Next weekend, I'll be playing DPNW since I don't have my CDC card. So I'll do that. Then nothing for a couple weeks, then bull shooter. Then I'll go to the Toronto Open right after there.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on the board once again here coming up soon. And thank you for taking time to chat with us here, Kevin.
All right. Thank you, Nick.
All right. Joined here by Jason Brandon, one of our absolute favorites that we get to see on the live stream. And Jason, you started off your weekend well with the ADO Nationals. Can you talk to us a little bit about that event?
Yeah, I started out real good. Dropped one leg in the initial round robin and made it to the finals. And then with that group, I was like, that group was stacked. And I was just really honestly hoping just to make it into the four. And started out 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, thinking, all right, I got a shot here. I should be good. And then I only dropped 4 legs total in that one. And I had some of the better matches. I had one match I was like 100, and one match I was a 95. Overall, though, it was a really good day. And I'm excited to go back to Budapest. I had a good run last year there. I want to improve on that this year too.
Yeah, you have a little bit of a craving for the stage now, you think, just with all the appearances you've been making lately?
I'm ready to go back to Lakeside. I want to try to hit MSG. I want to try to, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I remember the first time I got a chance to actually watch you play when I was first getting into broadcasting was when you did your U.S. Masters run. I got a chance to see you on there. I was like, all right. And then from there, it felt like it was an upward trajectory, though, right? I feel like you've been accomplishing more and more since. Do you feel like it's going in that direction?
Yeah, but at the same time, I was really confident in going into Madison Square Garden, and then after what I felt like laying an egg at Madison Square Garden, because I felt like I played really bad there. Kind of hit my confidence a little bit for a while. I went into it going in. I know it's going in to get into going to a tournament, and okay, I hope this goes in. It did. It put a hit on my confidence, and it took me a little while to get that back. And it's back. It's coming back. I feel really good about my game right now, and yeah, it absolutely helped me. I believe going to Lakeside last year. I think that experience, because I was able to block everything out at Lakeside. I couldn't hear nothing.
And you went on quite the run out there, and you continued to run out here as well. Let's go into the WDF Silver Event Finals against Alex Spellman. Yeah. I know there's a lot of thoughts probably in the match, but the first thing I wanted to ask you about regarding it was at one point Alex hit a big shot, and we could see you cheering in the background. We saw that at Lakeside as well. Can you talk to you a little bit about how you stay so positive in these big matches like this?
I've been playing this game for a while, and it took me a while to get to where I didn't, not that I ever got really mad. I was never mad at my opponent or upset. I was maybe upset at myself or upset at the situation, but I usually still never would show it. Even though inside I might be fuming. But no, man, I consider myself pretty good friends with Alex. We chat up quite a bit, and yeah. And he probably, like he said, he probably owed me that from Friday and everything else. I've had a couple of events against him, and so he kind of owed me that one. But I don't know. I've kind of always been that way, just kind of laid back, and I've always supported, regardless. Don't get me wrong, I want to win, but if I lose to better darts, hey, hats off to you. I love the game, man, and competition. It's.
Your positivity is unparalleled. And then looking out here at the rest of the dart hall, you see the positive vibes at the Cleveland Extravaganza in general. What's it like playing at this event in particular?
Actually, this is my first time coming up here to this event. I tried to come up a few years back, and actually my son had a wreck leaving high school. We were in Nashville, pouring down rain. Got a call from my son, said he had wrecked. So I ended up having to turn back around, so I didn't make it up here. And so far, it's been a great experience. I mean, it's a pretty good tournament. I've never been up here before, and I enjoyed it. I got the killer. I've never played the killer game that they have.
The Cleveland Killer event?
Cleveland Killer. I love that game. That was actually fun. I'm going to take that game back home.
Actually, the viewers at home, because we didn't get a chance to actually see that one on the live stream, can you tell them what that was like?
It's kind of like follow the leader. They draw everybody in. They draw you up like 4 or 5 to a board, and it's like whoever goes first, however they draw it up, is the order you go in. Person goes up, hits 60 or whatever. The next person has to hit 60. Has to beat 60. If they tied or hit less, you get a mark. 5 marks, you're out. And then they take the top 2 from each board. Everybody, the top 2 advance, and then they do a whole nother redraw. You've got 4 or 5 on the board in the next round. They come back in the finals. I think we had 4.
That's awesome to see.
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us out here, and we are looking forward to seeing you more and more across the year on the darting tour.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit more of the WDFs, and I'm gonna try to hit all the CDCs. So
we'll be seeing you plenty.
Yeah, I'm gonna try, man. I appreciate it.
I love it. Joined here by Fancy Pants Phillips and Cream Puff Melton, Jess and Jillian. It's a pleasure to talk with both of you. None of us expected to be here this weekend. How did it feel coming into this tournament last second here?
Well, go ahead.
It was crazy.
It was.
It was kind of crazy.
We have a dart calendar where I track all still and soft, and so once it was canceled because we were flying to Columbus, we realized, well, we would like to still go do something. So we saw the Cleveland Extravaganza. Like, let's go. So here we are.
Yeah, and we couldn't cancel flights, so we decided to pivot, so to speak.
Pivot.
Yes.
Well,
the
Go
best
2
of it.
hours the other way.
Make the best of a not so great situation.
Correct.
But it is what it is, and we're here and we're having fun.
Yeah, well, talk to us a little bit, Jess, specifically here, the vibes of the room. Tell us a little bit about it for people that aren't in this room. What's it like actually being at the Cleveland Extravaganza?
I feel like it's a cross between the higher pro steel and soft. It's a little bit more relaxed, and I enjoy the people here. It's great.
And Jillian, of course, rocking the Fancy Pants moniker now. You told me a little bit about some jerseys potentially getting made with the Fancy Pants nickname. Tell me about what's going on with that.
So we just came back from an international first place win in Spain. And unfortunately, the shirts did not come in time for us to rock them. But when I went to Battle of Barrels last weekend, I got delivered all my awesome shirts that says Fancy Pants on them. And it's great, and I love it, and I'm rocking it. So it's a great title, and I love that it was given.
And now talking about you two as doubles partners, right? An iconic duo in multiple facets. You guys were on quite the run yesterday. What was going through your minds as you made it further and further into the bracket, especially as some soft tip players sneaking into the steel tip events?
God bless her. I've been accused of it this weekend as being, oh yeah, you're a soft tip player. Because the way I approach my outs. But this girl has my back in every way, and she helps me out, and she makes me a better player. She plays a lot more than I do.
It's only because I've been playing steel for about 3 years out of my 5.5. And she just, the last 2 years?
Yeah.
So
learning.
So she's still learning those double outs and stuff. So she's more of a master out kind of person. So I help her out.
Well, and okay, and to both of you then, final question here. Some soft tip players are afraid to jump to steel or vice versa, steel to soft. I love playing both personally, but what advice would you give to a soft tip player that might be playing their first steel tip tournament or might be a little bit more uncomfortable playing in steel tournaments compared to soft tip tournaments?
Just don't think it's intimidating because it's darts no matter what. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the individual sections in steel allow more darts to go in there. Soft tip, of course, you've got your individual holes you have to fit it in, but I like steel. So
the thing she said to me this weekend was, and it didn't make sense until maybe like 2 days ago, it was like, it's more forgiving. When you miss, it's more forgiving. And it made sense when I'm shooting, and exactly what she said. It is intimidating, but it's only intimidating because we don't have the board telling us what our outs are.
Yeah.
So if you have a really
You have to do the math.
Yeah. If you have a really good partner, who can help you with that, it's butter.
Yes.
It's butter. It's good. Yeah.
Well, we love to get an opportunity to chat with you here. We're looking forward to seeing what you do for our final day here in Cleveland. So thank you both for taking the time to talk with us here.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice and easy.
Let's go.
I am here with Alex Spellman, the champion of the WDF silver ranking event here in the Cleveland Extravaganza. Alex, congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
You had some tough matches there in the middle of the tournament. You started off a little slow.
Yeah.
Tell us about kind of just getting out the gates and finding an extra gear there.
So I came into this room, the youth room, to practice with one of the kids, and I could be wrong, but I felt like when I walked to the line, at least on that board over there, it felt a little bit long. But I was just like, whatever, we're just throwing anyway. But then when I went to the board to actually play my match, and I'm missing everything by like this much too high, I was like, okay, maybe it was long, and raced to 3. Down 2-0, shooting only like a 61. And it wasn't like I was missing. It was just 57, 58, 58, 59, just fat numbers. Had to survive a match dart. He missed a dart at 110 in the deciding leg. Hit it third dart, double 4, and didn't play much better the next match and the next match, but played against Darren. And that's the best I've seen Darren play in a long time. And I don't necessarily mean that like in a negative way. That's just, he just played how I expect Darren to play, back when he was traveling more. Just back and forth. I think I shot a 97, he shot a 96. It was really fun. It's been a bit since I've had that back and forth where I came out on top, because usually I'm either playing really well and kind of rolling through, or if someone's throwing that well against me, I'm not. So, and I'm getting steamrolled. But after that, saw more struggles on the stream with Yaz, but then timely darts and timely finishing against Jason got it done.
And that qualifies you now for Budapest and the World Masters. Are you excited to get on that stage?
Yes, mostly just because I was not expecting to go to, even with the invite, not expecting to go because I wasn't supposed to be here this weekend. So because of that, I wasn't going to, even if I got the invite, I wasn't going to necessarily pay my own way there. Had to be financially smart with everything going on. But showing up and getting the trip, I'm going now. So, yeah, I'm excited for it.
Extra bonus trip now as I go to the World Masters. You also qualified through the ADO on Friday. Tell us a little about that round robin format.
I always like round robin. Even we don't have very many national qualifiers where I'm at right now. But even if I knew I couldn't make the nationals itself, I would still play the local round robins just because it might have been $100, but I'm playing 30 legs. I'm getting really good practice against really good players. And so I like the round robin format. If I'm playing well, I'm getting a lot of good practice. If I'm not playing well, I'm still getting a lot of good practice and guaranteed legs. It can make it stressful when you're not playing well. I shot opening leg of the final bracket, I shot a 94 to Elliott's 78. And I still lost 2-1. And you start thinking to yourself, okay, that's how today is going to go. Then to finish the day 0-3 against Gates and Brandon, you're just kind of expecting that you're out of it. And then somehow you squeak in. And speaking of squeaking in, last leg of that final round robin, very last leg, everybody else was done. Tied 1-1, Robbie's on 94. Kevin Luke takes out the 152 to guarantee my spot. If he doesn't take that out and Robbie wins that leg, there's a 3-way tie for 2 spots. And the way I was playing at the end of the day, I don't think I get that spot.
Well, I mean, I hate to tell you this, but you might owe Kevin something.
We all know what happened last year in Budapest, so I don't know if that's the best.
Yeah, it's definitely not a scooter.
I'll give him a shot of water. I'll bring him to my. Yeah, that's true.
No scooters.
Yeah.
Alex Spellman, congratulations, man, on this fantastic weekend. Kind of a bonus weekend to be here playing steel tip, and excited to see you on the world stage at the World Masters.
Yep. Looking forward to it.
Joined here by Tracy Feiertag at the Cleveland Extravaganza. And Tracy, you went on quite the run there in the WDF singles. Were you expecting to have as good of a run as you did?
No, I kind of keep saying it's like crazy town. I don't know. It's 4 in a row and 2 shortly before that. So I'm surprised, but just going with the ride.
Yeah, I mean, you've been on quite the hot streak, as you mentioned, 4 in a row. And playing Paula Murphy, right? I mean, we talk about Paula all the time. What were you thinking that final when you got that initial jump on her? Were you thinking, man, I got her number? Or what was like your mentality in the middle of the match there?
Well, it was a little bit of a slow start. She went up 2-0 on me, and the third game she was killing me. And I just thought, even if she goes up 3-0, I could still come back and win this. But I ended up squeaking that game out, and then went on a run. She had a little double trouble, but I was able to take advantage of those opportunities and had some big finishes. So it was really exciting.
And now you get to go to Budapest. How does that feel for the WDF Masters? Are you excited about the opportunity?
Well, actually, I'm not going to Budapest.
Okay.
I have work commitments, so I can't go to Budapest this year, but I'm on the journey to make Lakeside. And so right now, number 1 in the standings in the United States, number 4 in the main table. So I'm feeling right now like I have a pretty good chance to make it, but I have to keep it up and just stay focused.
Yeah, certainly the case there. And just talking a quick moment here at the Cleveland Extravaganza, what's it like being able to play at a tournament like this? How's the vibes been in the room, so to speak?
I think this is a great tournament. I couldn't make it last year. I actually went to the Kentucky Derby. But 2 years before that, I was here. I think it's a great setup. It's a great room. The staff are doing an amazing job, so I really like this tournament a lot.
And one last question for you here. We have a lot of young female talents that have continued to, play on the stream, and that we got to see with some of the youth, but B, watch as well. What would you say to a young female player getting into the game of darts?
I love to see it. There's a lot of young players that are shooting really well right now, and practice. So whenever I see them play and they're doing well, I try to encourage, and you never know. So just keep playing. And I always say also, you have to play men, play people that are better than you, and that's the best way to get better.
Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us here. We won't hold you any longer, and wish you the best of luck on the rest of your point journey for the rest of the year.
Great. Thank you so much.
Here at the Cleveland Extravaganza with Dustin Story. Dustin, Vice President of the ADO. Tell us a little bit about the ADO program.
So we're the biggest program for grassroots leagues in the country, and sanction tournaments for everyone around the country of all levels. And we are the WDF member body for the United States. So we sanction all of the WDF tournaments. We have a full calendar of WDF tournaments this year with 16 WDF events.
Do you travel to all 16?
I do not. This is my third for the year.
Out of how many so far?
I think we've had 6, so
Okay.
I'm just about half of them so far.
Okay. Now, how do you become Vice President of the ADO?
There was an election that I won the election. So the ADO has a hierarchy. So we started, there's league representatives. So if you're, every league has to have a representative of membership.
The boots on the ground people are very important.
Yep. And then we have 36, I believe, regions across the country that we're divided up into. So then there's a regional director, and then above that is an area manager. So there's 6 areas. So there's 6 area managers. So previously I was the Area 5 manager, which covers from like North Carolina to New England.
Okay. That's a big area, especially for steel tip darts.
It is the most populated.
Yes.
It might not be the largest by area, but it is the most populated one.
For sure, especially steel tip.
Yeah.
That's where it lives on the East Coast.
Yep. Especially just as you get up the coast, it's just high population.
So the Cleveland Extravaganza, you guys, this is the 46th running of this.
Yep.
What makes this tournament so enticing to come back to?
So the real reason I was here this weekend is the Masters National. So we had we have a national for Masters every year where we get to send 4 men and 2 women to the WDF World Masters. This year that's going to be in Budapest. So came here to do that, hang out with the WDF event, throw a few darts, play on my computer, run some darts while I'm here. So
there you go. All right. So you said play a few darts. How do you fare on the dartboard?
Right now, not good because I spend more time doing darts behind the computer than I do the hockey. But let's see. I won a leg yesterday.
Hey,
so
that's more than I won.
I played 3 and won 1. So
I played 1 and lost none of them. So or one of them.
I
But
had
that's
some double trouble and some triple trouble and some single trouble on that single 7 that we left, and I couldn't get the fat.
sounds like most people's everyday at darts.
Yep.
Dustin Story, thank you so much for your time. The ADO Vice President.
Thanks.